So it seems like Neurosama is taking over. Now, obviously, I was not aware of the absolute power of Neurosama and her fan base, and also Vedal as well, and everything, going on with this. Because, again, it is pretty insane the amount of dedication that Neurosama fans have to her, and obviously her personality and her model and everything like that. Because recently, if you guys don't know, CDawg actually made a whole pixel canvas, which is kind of like the ones that you see on Reddit, like r/place. And as you can tell, it has been absolutely taken over by the Neurosama fandom, whatever you want to call it, right? It's been insane, the amount of people that have been going crazy with Neurosama kind of editions and things like that. And, I was not aware of the absolute power of the Neurosama community to the point where they could take over something this big. Whenever you think of CDawg, for example, right, which VTuber do you think of? It's not Neurosama, it's Ironmouse. Obviously, Ironmouse is the main, person who appears on CDawg streams quite often. And then obviously in close, like second, third, fourth place and whatever, is a lot of the ex-VShoujo girls. For example, I know Niana's and also as well, Lord Aethelston as well also shows up quite a bit on the stream. But also other, ex-VShoujo girls as well. Usually that is the community that is kind of involved due to his involvement with Ironmouse. And, usually you'd expect it to be filled up with a lot of VShoujo or ex-VShoujo kind of members, which it was to a certain extent. But to be honest, the community that took over the most was the Neurosama community. As you guys can see here, this was one of the first screenshots, right, I took from it, in the first kind of days. As you can see here, they've absolutely taken over the board. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are just the big ones I'm counting. There's so many more smaller ones, 10, 11. There's so many different ones here, which is absolutely crazy, which I don't even understand how a fan base can be this dedicated. They've managed to not only, make all of these different pieces of artwork, including this really great one in the corner here, right? They've managed to absolutely, destroy the board, but in a good way, not in a bad way, by the way. They've managed to absolutely take over the board, right? And still maintain it. This is the crazy thing. Obviously it's one thing making an impressive piece of artwork and whatever, and, putting it up on the board. But then it's another thing to maintain every single piece of these, which a member, can put up. Now, if you guys don't know what this pixel thing is, essentially it's a blank canvas where users can actually kind of click to place a pixel of color. And obviously then you can make a big piece of artwork or whatever. I don't know what the limit is on here. Sometimes there's a limit in terms of like you can do like 8 of them, or you can do like 6, 5, or maybe even 1. And obviously, recently Connor has actually made his own one, including factions, meaning that you can actually make factions of your favorite streamer, including obviously Neurosama and Vedal, and lots of people can join it and then help to kind of build a template, right? And that seems to be what has been going on recently, and they've taken over. But you thought this was it, this is quite a lot already. This is insane, the amount they've taken over. They've taken over this like really nice kind of cyclothon mural here as well. I've taken over it completely, right? You thought that was it, right? But literally a day later, Neurosama took over even more. It's insane. Look how many pieces of artwork are on here. Like, bro, these people are insane in a good way. In a good way. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. This is insane, the amount of support, Neurosama has been getting. And it's crazy to see, because I never understood the amount of support that she had. I know videos for a lot of people reacting to clips and things tend to do good whenever you react to Neurosama, right? But this is insane. I've never seen this amount of community support in my entire life. And obviously as well, you got like, for example, I think there's Annie there with 2, obviously Neuros. You got evil Neuro and normal Neuro, right? Again, it's crazy. They've absolutely taken over the space. It is all just Neurosama. They've taken over it. It's either Neurosama or it's Annie. That's literally it, and that is how dedicated they are and how, crazy, these people are. There's only a couple of pieces of artwork that are kind of, combating this, including obviously the Michi one here. I think that one might be Ariel. I'm not sure. Again, it could be someone else. But most of the other pieces of artwork, at least the substantial ones, are Neurosama, as well as a message from Neurosama in the corner here saying 100% canvas is the minimum I'd be satisfied with. I demand more and even more. Hold the line, soldier. That is a message that Neurosama put out to this. And obviously, I love this event because it obviously brings a lot of VTubers together and things and their communities because, again, it is crazy and it provides something to the narrative. Now, obviously, there's some people complaining you know, due to the fact that, you know, many smaller streamers and many smaller VTubers are not able to get in on this because of Neurosama absolutely taking it over. But I do think they will have their chance later on, as I'm pretty sure the canvas is probably set to expand, and there'll be more space for people to write stuff. And I think there will be some kind of implementations, you know, put in place to kind of reduce the amount of Neurosama that is involved on the board. Not saying that, you know, they're going to get rid of all of it. I'm sure they'll probably keep a lot of this. But whenever the board expands, I think obviously they will give an opportunity to smaller streamers and also just other streamers in general to obviously allow them to put stuff on here too. But I do think it is crazy, and I wanted to make a video about it because I thought this was insane. You know, I've never seen a community so, you know, far backed by, you know, their community, right? I don't, it's so confusing to me. But again, as I said, you know, you'd expect, for example, you know, this entire space is run by CDawg. You'd expect it to be filled up with Iron Mouse stuff. But here, you can literally see there's an Iron Mouse face slowly being covered up here. And that's about it, you know, and I think that's crazy to me, you know, considering how much of a big part that she is in the community. It's crazy that she isn't even involved as much as Neurosama is, because again, they've absolutely taken over. But Connor even mentioned over on his stream the other day, whenever he was talking about how this was getting along, that apparently the Neurosama community have over 500 members active every single day, which is crazy. Like 24/7, I mean, like there's always 500 members active in the Neurosama like faction that they made, which I think is also crazy. It means they've got a ton of dedicated people staying up, and obviously some people taking shifts or whatever to kind of ensure that all of this artwork stays up. Because obviously, as you guys know, whenever it comes to placing a pixel in here, not only do you have to place a pixel, but you have to obviously defend what is going on. You know, people can come in and place pixels over the top of your stuff and obviously ruin it. But as you can see, these are all kept like pristine. They are all like good. There is not really any kind of pixels that have been put over the top of any of this artwork. Which is crazy because it means they've obviously maintained it too, and there is a kind of group of people there that are like literally working around the clock to ensure that this does not get, you know, bombarded with other people's pixels, which, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And I know that, you know, the Neurosama community has been a very, very big kind of community over the past year or so. As I said, I've watched many videos of people reacting to like clips of her do like absolutely insane views, because again, people love her content and Vedal's content, and you know, the amount that they've kind of you know, made it up. But again, I think it is crazy, you know, how much support they've been getting. I've never seen this amount of support before. And like, again, you think every single, like, Connor did invite a lot of the big VTubers to come over. I'm pretty sure anybody could really join if they wanted to, right? But like, the only ones really able to make an impact at the moment is like Michi. And that's about it. You know, I think that's crazy, you know, that Michi is one of the few people that has managed to actually make a big piece of work over on the board, which, yeah, I mean, it's insane. Again, I thought it was kind of cool. I wanted to talk about it again because it is a very VTuber orientated board that has been, a lot of VTubers have been involved in this. So again, obviously, I think it's pretty crazy, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that obviously they should expand the board and allow other streamers to kind of take place? What do you think about Neurosama? Do you think that, you know, she's great or whatever? Have you got like a favorite moment from Neurosama's clips or whatever? I don't know. Let me know, because again, I'm very interested, because again, I was not aware of the sheer power that the Neurosama and Vedal kind of community can bring, and it's crazy. It's great. It's honestly great. And yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.